Today's video is all about Colourpop makeup. We have a full face, so let's just jump right into it and let's begin with the eyes. Ooh, like that's like jazz fingers, jazz hands. Jumping into concealers. Ooh, I got two shades. This is their No Filter Concealer. It's a matte concealer, and I got shade Fair 6 and then Light 14, and these each retail for $7. I like the doe foot applicator. That looks pretty good, honestly. I think I might do a little bit of the fair as well. Oh, that blended out really nice, and I like the colors together, really nice. Let's go in with the eyeshadow palette. And this is a set. You get eyeshadow palette, you get cheek, blush, and then you get lip. And this is their Grand Illusions of Grandeur. Grandeur? Definitely, I wouldn't say like an everyday type of an eyeshadow palette, but so many beautiful colors. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna start off with Velvet to create a good transition shade for all of this. And it looks like the concealer is not creasing. It has a little bit of a tackiness, but it's not a really tacky concealer. I'm gonna take a nice big fluffy brush, pick up this shade right here. Definitely has a little bit of kickback, but it's very soft on the eyelid. So far for the browns, seems like it's blending really easily. I don't really have to work too hard. And I am bringing it all the way into the inner corner, just because I do want to do more of like a halo eye. Picking up Dusk, the second lightest shade in the palette, and I'm just going to work that right into the outer corner and then the inner corner. Going to the next darkest matte shade, this brown, it's called Mode. Has definitely more of a red undertone. I'm just basically using all the dark matte shades, or all just matte shades in the palette. And so far, they're all blending really nice together. I'm not having any issues at all. Finally going with the shade Need. I kind of want to just focus it right in the center eyelid. And I am using like a eyeshadow packing brush. Oh yeah, look how beautiful that is. Just let me place this on both sides with the brush, and then I'll wet the brush. There it is. I feel like once you wet it, you can really see. Look at that. Oh yeah, that pops now. I definitely want to pop Monaco in the inner and outer corner. I think that's gonna be really pretty. Moving on to eyeliner, I have the Cream Gel Eyeliner in Juniper, and this retails for $6. It looks like just a very deep, beautiful brown. I'm kind of not happy with that center shade. I feel like it loses its like duochrome effect. And I also tried my finger on top, and it just doesn't look as good. You know what? I think I'm just gonna add that gold right on top, just right in the center to make it pop. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this, and I'm just gonna wet this. Just that center to pop. We're gonna go in with their volumized mascara. This is just black on black, and this retails for $8. It's nice and black. It seems like the tube is broken because it keeps moving. It's definitely more of a dry formula, which is pretty nice to kind of build up. I feel like it's taken a while to build up the volume. I'm gonna clean up the lower portion of my face. A lot of makeup on that face. We have two primers we want to test out. We have the No Filter Primer and the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. Natural Matte Primer, which is the No Filter, retails for $10, and then the Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer is $12. For the No Filter, I'm gonna do left, hyaluronic on the right side. So like I said, right side, let's take Pretty Fresh Primer. This definitely feels more like a serum, which is nice. Really good for people that have super dry skin. It doesn't feel oily, which is really nice, but it definitely has a little bit more like that silicone dimethicone feeling, but not as intense as a lot of the other primers. And then we're gonna go in with the No Filter Primer, do similar. I'm gonna use my left hand for this. This is definitely a lot thicker. Oh yeah, you can see that right away. It took away a lot of that shine that my face already had. Oh yeah, look at that difference.
Yeah.
Glowy, more natural finish. For the foundation, we have the No Filter foundation. I got 2 shades. I got Fair 3 and Light 55, and each foundation retails for $12. This seemed really interesting, this foundation. This is their oil-free, buildable, full coverage foundation that was formulated with soft, blurring pigments to give you a natural matte finish. So I have Fair and Light. Probably gonna mix the two, we'll see. Okay, wow, it's very liquidy for a matte foundation. Wow, that's very liquidy. It's kind of like a serum. Oh, that's light. Okay, twist, give this a good shake. So I did a pump and a half basically for each. I'm not gonna use all of it. Okay, the Fair definitely has more of a cool toned, and then the Light has more of a neutral tone. I think I might use a brush first and then probably go over with a dampened sponge. The shades mixed together look really nice, but that Fair is definitely too light on me. So mixing them together definitely looks better on my face. It definitely looks a little heavy, even with just that little amount that I applied, but it is a full coverage foundation, so might need to go over with a dampened sponge to make it look a little bit better on my face. I feel like I like it better with a sponge, honestly. Gives more of a natural finish. Brows, I'm using their Brow Boss in shade Blonde, and this retails for $6. And I've used this pencil before in the past, and I did not like the shade. It was a little too warm. I do like the spoolie though. I feel like it's pulling pretty good, the undertone. All right, I really like how the brow color looks. Whoa. Moving on to the Brow Boss Gel in Clear. It's literally white. I don't know, it says clear, but it's white. This kind of looks like straight up glue on the eyebrows. Hopefully it's gonna dry clear, because I can see a little bit of the white cast on the brows. Oh, that's so weird. Like it's going white on the brows. Just to the other side, like, I mean, it's literally white. It's like throwing me off, you know? Looks like it really set those brows, yo. You can usually tell if a brow gel is good, the way it manipulates the hairs from like right away. I like that. Okay, let's finish off the eyes. Well, actually first I need a concealer and then we'll finish off the eyes. So let's do the concealer first. I'm gonna use the Fair shade underneath, because I think this might be a little bit too, whoa. Yeah, we're gonna use the tiniest amount just underneath, and then we'll put the light shade on top. I'm gonna use a brush first and then hopefully use the Beauty Blender right on top. Yeah, definitely a little goes a long way with this. I am going to set underneath the concealer first, just a little bit, using their No Filter setting in translucent, and this retails for $10. Even though I feel like I wouldn't set this usually since it is a matte concealer, but since I am using eyeshadows, I just want to make sure that if there is some fallout, I can easily just wipe that off. Definitely mattified everything. And then go in with the palette again and go in with this shade first, Velvet, which we did first for the transition. Kind of want to go in with the blue just on the inner and outer lash line. I'm going to use this shade right here called House, and we're going to place that right in the center. I definitely want to apply this bright gold in the inner corner. Just a little bit right here. For bronzer, this is literally the only bronzer we could get our hands on. They didn't have any other powder bronzer, any other cream bronzer. This was it. This is their Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm. So I'm not sure how this is going to work on the face as just the Soul bronzer. The shade looks a little orange, very red undertone, which to me, I need more of a neutral, but I do like the pan. Kind of smells like Physicians Formula bronzer, but a little more intense. And this one retails for $15, and I have shade Light. I feel like it's not blending out as well as I would want it to. I just like that it's so heavily fragranced. That's my thing. It's definitely not my favorite product from them for the face. Might be better for the body. For blush, like I said, this is all part of the eyeshadow lip and cheek set. This is their Chase pressed powder blush, and it's, I think, the shade Chase. Definitely has more like that coral peach tone, which I think is gonna be very pretty with the eyes. Oh yeah, that's stunning. Beautiful. I can't say anything bad about their blushes. I do have a highlighter, but I don't know if I want to use it. This is their Super Shock Cheek in shade Stole the Show, and this retails for $8. I'm just saying I don't know if I want to use a highlighter, not because of the shade, but because I don't really like using highlighters when my eyes are a little bit more of the focus. But this is what it looks like. It looks very intense. It looks very silver. I'm just doing the lightest hand possible. These are stunning, but like I said, I feel like it looks good either way, honestly. Let's finish off with lips. I have a lip velvet and then their Luxe Gloss, and this again comes in a set. The shade for the velvet is Ingenuine and then Renaissance. This packaging is insane. I mean, look at this packaging. It's so pretty. Definitely a little bit lighter than my lips. It looks very nice, but I feel like this lip, the more I go over, the more it's creating patching. Very patchy. And then right here, we're gonna use lip gloss right on top. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Everything looks really good together. I am gonna use a little bit of the powder since it's here. Powder a little bit the T-zone and then over the bronzer. I love the way everything came together, and I think I like everything so far. The only thing I'm not really sure about is the primer for both sides. Both primers, we'll see how they wear throughout the day, but honestly, so far, everything looks really good. I like how the face came out. The only thing with the foundation, like I said, it looks a little bit heavy around the face right here, and where I have texture kind of just sits on that and exaggerates those textures if there's a little bit of pimples, the dry spots, things like that. But the foundation, the concealer, the eyeshadows, the brows, the cheeks, everything kind of came together really well, especially the lips, the blush, and the eyeshadows. The only thing with the eyeshadows is this shade right here. It just did not want to work really good. This one right here. I used my fingers on the eyeshadow on its own. I used a brush. I wet the formula, and it gave me a little bit of a trouble. It didn't really want to pop as much as I would want it to pop, but I did use the gold right in the center. I think the blues with the gold, beautiful. I'm really loving the way it came together. And the lips, definitely, I don't think they're long lasting, especially the velvet, because I feel like I wish it was a little bit more opaque. I like the gloss. It's not sticky, and they're both very comfortable formulas to wear so far. So I'm definitely gonna keep reapplying these formulas together throughout the day because I still want to eat, drink, things like that. I'll see you guys in a little bit for the first check-in. Doing the first update. It's been roughly 4 hours. We're heading out to get some lunch and meet up Macy, but just wanted to check in on the makeup, and honestly, it looks really good in the camera, even all of the face, but it looks like I oxidized quite a bit, especially around right here. The lip is still on. The eyes look really good. I don't look like I'm creasing. I don't see any extra smudging on the mascara. Yeah, everything still looks really good. I've made it all day and all night long, and I'm ready to take off this makeup. It is 10:27 and it's almost my bedtime. So let's quickly talk about this makeup. Honestly, it's not bad. I think it lasted pretty well. I'm looking strictly on my face makeup so far, and it looks very even from both sides. We have the left, which is the matte primer, the right, which we have the more hydrating with the hyaluronic acid primer. Forehead is shiny on both sides. I applied it. You saw the primer like right in the center. And then the cheeks, I think, look still very even. And yeah, I am actually pretty happy with how my cheeks are looking, how my brows are looking. Eyes, not so much. I usually really enjoy Colourpop eyeshadows, but for some reason this palette, not so much. It could be the concealer, because I use the concealer as the primer. So it could definitely be the concealer that's causing that creasing all around the eyelid, and it's looking like the eyeshadow is starting to become like patchy, and it's starting to look very patchy in a lot of the areas. So I'm not really impressed with that. The mascara, it's completely starting to flake all over my face. I'm actually really impressed with the concealer. I was looking really close and it's not looking bad at all. And it could be in conjunction to the setting powder. That's translucent setting powder. It didn't make my face look super dry. I didn't have to go over with like a setting mist. So I felt like the concealer with the setting powder, it works very well together. I'm looking really dry right here on my nose in certain areas, and then I'm looking oily on top of it. So it's dry plus oily all at once in those certain textured areas. So definitely still not a fan of the foundation, but I'm a fan of the concealer. I really like the brows. I think the brows had a crazy lasting power. Definitely the cheeks. I'm actually really liking that bronzer. I think it's really unique. I think I'll enjoy it a lot in the spring and summertime. And then the lips, I think they're a very nice lip combo to wear as the day goes on, but you definitely have to keep reapplying it because it's definitely not long wearing by any means, but they're definitely very comfortable formulas. That velvet and then the lip gloss on top, beautiful formulas. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm really happy I got to do the full face and see how kind of the full face worked together, but don't let this stop you from trying different products from Colourpop. Like I said, they have usually beautiful eyeshadow formulas. I've tried so many beautiful eyeshadow palettes from them that I enjoy, but this one in particular, I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. But you guys, thank you for watching, spending time with me and Colourpop. Please let me know some of your favorite Colourpop products. But for now, I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye.